Hey everyone, this is Bree. Before we get into this awesome video that I'm very excited to share with you guys, I want to thank Birch Living for sponsoring this video. Birch Living's mattresses are crafted with organic and natural materials that have been sustainably sourced. Their mattresses are free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing, and are also free from fiberglass, which can be harmful to your health. I first became aware of this whenever I had premature twins coming home from the hospital with fragile lungs, and I started researching organic mattresses. Since then, I've been enjoying Birch Living mattresses, and I hope you will too. I know that as I've talked about them on my channel, many of you have bought mattresses and thanked me for mentioning them on the channel. It is really important to me that my mattresses, car seats, and pajamas are not covered in toxic flame retardants. However, don't worry, Birch mattress uses wool, which is a natural flame retardant. And unlike synthetic mattresses, the wool in these mattresses makes it hypoallergenic, both allergen and mildew resistant. Don't forget that with your Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 25-year warranty. We have definitely reached and surpassed our 100-night sleep trial, and in that time, we could have returned the mattress if we were unhappy with it. And the best part about Birch is that they deliver your mattress right to your door for free within the United States. They also offer in-home setup and removal to make your buying experience as convenient as possible. Visit birchliving.com/Bree from scratch and you will get 20% off your mattress and 2 free Eco-Rest pillows. So if you miss the Labor Day sale and you miss the 4th of July sale, you've got my code. You can always get 20% off using my code. All of this information is linked below this video. Hey everyone, this is Bree. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you my Azure Standard haul. I like to say Azure. Most people say Azure. But here is my haul for a large family. I have 7 children, and this is just part of my bulk haul for the year, but it is quite a significant amount of it. As we go through this video, I'm going to show you item by item the cost savings in buying bulk from Azure. And I'm going to show you one item that I didn't really save that much on. Can you guess which one it is? First, let me just show you what I bought, and then we'll go through each item. I got my Redmond real salt, 5 gallons of honey, 25 pounds of popcorn, 2 25-pound bags of organic Thai jasmine rice, 2 25-pound bags of organic all-purpose unbleached flour, 2 25-pound bags of organic, you can see they're organic cane sugar. I got a 5-pound bag of organic cocoa powder, a 4-pound container of aluminum-free baking powder, just a small bag of cornmeal, I think that's 5 pounds, a 5-pound bag of organic chocolate chips, a 32-ounce or 1-quart container of vanilla extract, a 1-pound bag of Saigon cinnamon. I got 80 pounds of organic apples. These are juice grade. And here in one of my freezers, I have a 30-pound box of organic strawberries. The total cost of this order was $919.32, and $72 of that is shipping, which probably horrifies you, but you will see that it works out in the end. Now, I will say that this order would have cost even less, except sometimes Azure is out of things, and so I had to buy like 25-pound bags of rice and flour and sugar rather than 50-pound bags, and if you bought a 50-pound bag, it is a little bit less. I also want to say that most of these items are a year worth. Some of them aren't. The flour is not a year's worth of flour. Definitely not the chocolate chips, the cocoa powder, or the cornmeal, but the popcorn, the salt, the rice, the cane sugar, those are all a year's worth, and the strawberries as well. I will put in another 1 to 2 orders over the next year to fill in like oats and some beans and frozen blueberries and things like that that I couldn't get this last time. They were sold out. So the way I like to shop at Azure Standard is I don't like to do a monthly shop because I don't like having to go out and pick it up every month. Some people don't mind that, and it's really not a big deal. In case you don't know what Azure Standard is basically kind of like an online grocery shopping store, except typically you go there to buy things in bulk, so in large amounts. And then you have to join like a group in your area, and so you all go in together, and that way you split the cost of shipping those items. And then once a month you order, and once a month your items are delivered amongst your co-op or your buying club, whatever you want to call it. And so, or your drop, I think they call it a drop, among your drop. And so you meet there once a month, you actually help unload the truck, and then you take your items home. It sounds kind of complicated. It's actually very simple because there's a drop coordinator, and that person makes sure everything runs smoothly and everyone works together, so it goes very quickly. So for instance, the new drop that we're a part of, I had never been a part of a drop that big, and it probably took 30 minutes to unload the truck, which I actually think is pretty good considering how many families there were there, at least 50. I mean, it was packed. So that's how it basically works. You go online, it's all online. So you go online, you find a drop, you join that drop, and then you order your items by a certain date. You have a cutoff date, and you order those items. You are not charged for those items until they ship, because sometimes they sell out of stuff and there were drops that went before you. That can be one of the tricky things with Azure. People don't like that because sometimes they do get sold out before you get your items, so then you don't get them. For instance, I had bought 50 pounds of oats. I did not receive my oats, which, I mean, I could be frustrated by that, but it's not that big of a deal. We still have oats in the pantry. The idea behind Azure Standard, though, is that because so many people are buying oats and flour and sugar and popcorn and salt and all these things and fruit and fresh produce, they can reduce the price. And not only that, they cut out the middleman, the lots of middlemen. A lot of this stuff comes from Azure's own farms. It doesn't always, but the prices are lower typically on the things that you order that come directly from Azure Standard's farms. They have their own farms where they grow, for instance, my popcorn, my rice, my sugar, my strawberries, basically almost everything I got, besides a couple of things, came from Azure Standard. It's kind of like getting the generic brand, except there's nothing generic about it. It's just coming straight from Azure Standard, so there's even less of a middleman, therefore it is less expensive. You can buy smaller amounts. For instance, I just bought a 5-pound bag of cornmeal. I just wanted to try their cornmeal out before I committed to 25 or 50-pound bags. Plus, we don't use cornmeal that much. So although the price on a 5-pound bag is gonna be more per pound than a 50-pound bag, it's still much more affordable. And in my area, I actually can't even get organic cornmeal, so this is such a blessing to me to be able to buy it. I do have a link below. If you sign up with my link and then proceed to make orders from it, it does benefit my family over time. I do get a small little credit towards my purchases, and so if you would like to use that, it is right below here. It costs you nothing. They have a frequently asked questions section if you want to go check that out. They probably have questions that I didn't answer, so you can go there, hopefully find the answers to your questions. Now let's get to the fun part, the money. Why in the world would I spend $920.72 to have this food shipped to my house? Why would I do that? Let me show you. Okay, so this is the Azure Standard Wildflower Honey. I think they have more expensive ones, so I got the berry wildflower, is probably the more affordable option. And I went online and looked up the savings. Raw Azure honey, 60 pounds, was $185. That's with shipping. All the prices I'm gonna give you are with shipping. So the actual cost is less than that. Usually written down the cost of the shipping, but I guess not all of them have that. So it was ultimately with shipping $3 per pound. At Walmart, the least expensive we could find that was raw was $6.38 a pound. And on Amazon, the least expensive we could find that was raw, not organic, this isn't organic either, was $6.25 a pound. So the savings of me buying this bulk was $190 just in buying the 5-gallon bucket or the 60 pounds. That doesn't include my time, my energy, my gas money, my sanity of having to go to Walmart or shop online with Amazon over and over and over. So to me, the cost isn't just financial, it's also just a huge time saver to have things on hand rather than constantly run out, or to even say buy 10 1-pound items from Amazon or 10 1-pound items from Walmart, but you don't get a discount for that when you go to Walmart. If you buy bulk, it's heavily discounted, especially if you buy from somewhere like Azure Standard that cuts out the middleman, and so they can lower the prices. This is a 25-pound bag of salt. That will last my family actually more than a year. we looked at Azure's price, Redmond's price, and then we looked at different sizes. We couldn't find a good comparison at Walmart because it was always, the prices on Walmart were weird, and they weren't actually from Walmart. They were like Walmart was selling it, or somebody was selling it like through Walmart's website. So we just decided not to include Walmart. But the Azure Standard price was $81.60. That's with shipping. And so it was $3.26 per pound. At Redmond's for 25 pounds, it was $109.99 plus you had to pay $4.39 in shipping. At Amazon, the price was the same, probably because Redmond is selling it through Amazon. Now those are for 25 pound bag to 25 pound bag. Now, say you bought a 1 pound bag of Redmond's real salt off of Amazon. It would be $11.85. If you have Prime, it's free shipping. So the 25 pound bag would be significantly more. You would save $214.65 instead of buying the 1 pound bag at Amazon versus the 25 pound bag at Azure. Do you see that? That is $214.65. So we're already in the hundreds of dollars here, right? Because I would have saved $190 by buying bulk in the honey, and now $215 buying bulk versus buying a 1 pound bag. And then if you just compare the Redmond's and Amazon 25 pound bag to the Azure 25 pound bag, you're saving about $28. So you're still saving money, 25 pound to 25 pound bag, but you're saving huge amount of money by buying bulk instead of just from your local grocery store. All right, let's take a look at this organic white popcorn. Once again, this is just one type of popcorn that they carry, so I'm sure I got the least expensive option. I think they have a really fun like multicolored one, but it was more, so I didn't purchase it. Even though that one's probably more fun, this one's cheaper. So the Azure cost with shipping was $37.89, which makes it $1.51 per pound. Locally, at our local grocery store, we couldn't find organic popcorn at Walmart that Walmart sold in their store. Maybe some Walmarts do, but our local one didn't. So we're comparing it to just a local grocery store that we have that's like everywhere here. And the least expensive we could find was 1 pound bag, just a 1 pound bag of organic popcorn for $4.42 a pound. And then Amazon, we looked there, and the least expensive we could find of 1 pound organic popcorn was $4.28 a pound. $1.51 to buy organic popcorn bulk from Azure, or $4.42 or $4.28. So when you buy bulk from Azure versus just your local grocery store or something, you're saving $69 by buying it bulk. These are huge numbers. These aren't small amounts. They're massive. It's a massive amount of savings. So now we're moving on to Thai jasmine white rice. The rice is no different. There are different kinds. They cost different amounts. My favorite is basmati, but it is super expensive. So I settled and got Thai jasmine rice. I prefer long grain rices. You could also get just like a generic long grain white rice, but anyways, I could get into rice, but I'm not gonna. I'm just telling you that they're not all created equal. They aren't all the same price. So this is the one I purchased. It was less expensive, but not the least expensive option. So this is organic jasmine rice from Azure, 25 pounds. I did get 50 pounds. So if I had bought a 50 pound bag, this would be an even bigger savings, but they were out of their 50 pound bags. So I just got 2 25 pound bags. So it was $42.54 with shipping, and it's $1.70 per pound. So Walmart, the least expensive we could find doing Thai white jasmine organic rice, was $4.79 a pound, and our local grocery store was $5.50 a pound. If we just compare it to Walmart, we saved $154 by buying this in bulk, this rice, $154. These numbers, you will not see me not blown away. I've never actually done a comparison like this before. Like, I always knew I was saving money because, you know, early on I looked at the numbers. I just like looked over them really quick, but I never really sat down and did it item by item. It's pretty unreal. We have got our organic all-purpose flour, unbleached. I am not a huge baker. I like to bake, but I'm very simple with it. They have all different kinds of flours, you know, gluten-free flours, high gluten flours, higher protein flours. You know, they sell whole grains, all these things. But I just get a very standard, very basic, organic, all-purpose flour. And now at Azure, for 25 pounds, it was $34.55 with shipping. That's $1.38 per pound. Locally, 5 pounds of organic, all-purpose, unbleached flour would have been $9.69 for a 5-pound bag. So that's $1.90 per pound. Walmart, it would have been $1.50 per pound for a 5-pound bag. And so basically the savings on the flour, which actually I expected this savings to be quite a bit lower, but it's still a savings. You're saving about $5 off of 50 pounds, and you're saving $25. I'm saving $25 compared to my local grocery store. But this is where I want to point out again that the savings for me isn't just in the actual liquid cash that I spent. It saves me time, energy, headache, gas, you know, waste. So it's a lot less waste to buy bulk for sure, a lot less gasoline to buy bulk. Let's check out the cane sugar here. This is the savings once again on a 25-pound bag. I bought 2 of them. All right, so the Azure price on a 25-pound bag was $32.76 with shipping. That's $1.31 per pound. The local grocery store was $2.59 per pound. Amazon was $2.74 per pound, and Walmart was $1.57 per pound. So not as much savings on the sugar if you go to Walmart. It was a significant savings though on Amazon and our local grocery store. I guess I didn't write down the total savings, but I think you get it. It's a big savings, and once again, you just have the sugar. So it's not like you have to go to the store. You don't have to have a ton of bags of sugar sitting in your pantry. I store all this stuff in buckets and then put it in my pantry, and we just pull them out when we want to use them. All right, moving on to organic cocoa powder. I like to keep cocoa powder in the pantry come fall because we are going to get into a lot of baking this winter. We always do. We get inspired to bake. We're going to be drinking hot chocolate. You know, holidays are coming. We're going to be making lots of chocolate things. I went ahead and got myself 5 pounds of that. That will easily last us through the winter. At Azure, the total for this 5 pounds of cocoa was $25.81, which made, that's with shipping, which made it $5.16 per pound. I'm reading my notes, that's why I keep looking away. At Walmart, it was $7.32 per pound to get an equivalent product. So that's a huge savings, over $2 per pound, which would be over $10 for this 5 pound bag. Okay, now this savings isn't gonna be as significant because I only got 5 pounds. This is an item that I am considering getting a 25 pound bag of. I just wanted to make sure that I liked the consistency of the cornmeal from Azure and things like that. For 5 pounds of organic cornmeal from Azure, it costs $7.22, which is $1.45 per pound. Okay, so Walmart didn't have an equivalent 5 pound bag. They had a 24 ounce bag, but we did the math and that made it $1.98 per pound. So you're saving over 50 cents per pound, which is $2.50 for a 5 pound bag. So you can imagine how much more that savings would get going up to 25 pound bag or a 50 pound bag. This is the Azure Market Saigon cinnamon powdered. There are so many different kinds of cinnamon and they vary greatly in price. I'm sure just various factors go into deciding the price on the various types of cinnamon that there are. So I don't think I got the cheapest one because I think they were out of it, but I think I got like the next least expensive option. This is a 1 pound bag. It was $13.31 with that includes shipping. And then Walmart sells 1.5 ounce spice bottles, which that's what, you know, most people purchase. And it came to, if you like did all the math, it was like $1.30. I don't know. Oh, because this isn't organic cinnamon. They probably were out of it. That's why I didn't get it. But anyways, so the equivalent non-organic cinnamon at Walmart to non-organic cinnamon at Azure. So this is interesting. There's still a savings. It was $20.80 per pound at Walmart. So just with this one bag, this one little thing, I'm saving $7. $7 for an equivalent. It's not organic. We found a non-organic equivalent at Walmart, which, you know, you might think, okay, Walmart's definitely gonna be cheaper with the non-organic. Nope, they weren't. $7 savings. I got a big bottle of vanilla because we are going into the holidays and I always run out. This is not a year's worth of vanilla, but it's a lot. It'll last me through the whole winter baking season. This is a quart, so we did it by fluid ounces instead of pounds, obviously. So this was $42 for a quart, and that made it $1.31 per fluid ounce. Walmart was $3.49 to $4.72 per fluid ounce. It probably just depends on the brand. So your savings on just this bottle is $69 to $109. I saved myself at least $69 by buying this quart of organic vanilla extract from Azure instead of going and buying bottle after bottle after bottle. And if I got a different brand, I could save up to $109. You guys, $100 savings on a bulk item. A quart of extract, vanilla extract. My next item of savings are these organic chocolate chips. At Azure, for 5 pounds of organic chocolate chips, it was $38.40. That's $7.69 per pound. Locally, that would have been, for an equivalent product, it would have been $8.44 a pound. And at Whole Foods, it would have been $8 a pound. So that is saving from our local grocery store over $1 something a pound. So that's like $7. And then from Whole Foods, we're saving about $2. Also, you are saving your time and energy. All right, let's come up to the apples, okay? These are seconds, which means that they're not perfect. They might have spots on them that don't affect the apple at all. Mostly they're all perfect. They're just kind of small. But they are seconds, so we get a seconds price. They sell them in 20-pound boxes. I got 4, so that's 80 pounds of juice grade apples. What we really tried to do, it's difficult to find an equivalent to organic juice grade apples in the store. So what we did is we found the lowest possible price on organic apples that we could find in the store. So the price per pound on the organic apples was $1.51 per pound. That's with shipping. Then Walmart was $2.28 per pound. And so the bulk savings for all 80 pounds of apples was with our local store, it was $188 of savings. And with Walmart, it was $61.12 of savings. That's with all 80 pounds of apples. Now, I get most of you don't probably want to buy 80 pounds of apples, or if you do, you can just go to the orchard, maybe get a better price. But it was important to me to have a bulk option for apples because I want to make apple butter this year for Christmas presents, and buying the juice grade apples is perfect for apple butter. And then obviously we've been eating off of them too until I make the apple butter. Now, I'm not gonna go back out to the freezer to show you the strawberries again. Now, the thing about the strawberries is the way that I save money on those 30 pounds of frozen strawberries is I get the pieces and parts or something like that. I don't buy like whole frozen organic strawberries. Basically, it's kind of like buying apples that are seconds. You're getting pieces, and they're significantly cheaper than getting the whole strawberries. The frozen strawberries, it was 30 pounds. With shipping, it was $115, which is $3.84 per pound. Now, I know for a fact if I went to my local grocery store, the savings would be unreal because they sell frozen organic strawberries in 10-ounce bags for like $7 or something. But we compared it to Walmart since everyone's local prices are different, even your Walmart price. But most people agree that Walmart and Aldi are gonna have the cheapest grocery store prices. At our local Walmart, for a 10-ounce bag, so 10 ounces, not 30 pounds. It was $2.68 for the 10-ounce bag, so not even a whole pound. We did some math, and by the pound, it would have been $4.16 a pound, which is a huge savings. I don't think we got the total savings on that one. Some of them, it looks like we did total savings, and some of them we didn't. But you're saving a significant amount of money there, and you're not having to buy that many bags of plastic, go to Walmart, all the things. You're saving more than money by buying bulk. And there's one item I haven't showed you yet because it's the only one where we didn't save money. This Rumford baking powder. I was actually surprised by this. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was sugar or flour. But the baking powder, I was surprised by the comparison. So at Azure, this is 4 pounds of baking powder. It's aluminum free. It was $30.46. That's with shipping. So it was $7.61 per pound. We compared it to an 8-ounce container at Walmart, which was $2.93, and that equals $5.76 per pound. So the local grocery store, though, it was $11.16 per pound versus $7.61 per pound at Azure. So Azure significantly beat the local grocery store, but it did not beat Walmart on one item. Baking powder of all things. I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, so I did tally up the savings on the items that I did figure out my total bulk savings on. So that's almost everything. I don't think we figured out the bulk savings on the strawberries, the cocoa powder, the chocolate chips, or the cornmeal. On all of those, we saved money though. We just, for some reason, didn't figure out the bulk savings, the overall savings, but on the items that we did, I saved $714.23. And I only had to leave my house one time and I had to drive 25 minutes, I had to work for 30 minutes, I had to come home. So 25 more minutes. And actually I was already out that day. So technically, I don't even know if you count that because I was already out over there doing things I needed to do. $714.23. I do wonder if we did the other 4 items, what the savings would be. I hope that this shows you, if you've ever wondered why people buy bulk and why people tell you that buying bulk is worth it, it's because most of the time they've done the numbers on some level. I had never done it to this extent on every single item. And even I am completely blown away, and I've been buying bulk for years. Not only is there a financial savings, but there's a time savings, a stress savings, like a less tedious things to do in life savings, because you just have this stuff available to you. Whenever I have a garden or food from the garden put up, meat in the freezer, and my bulk food order, I spend very, very little on groceries through the year. If I spend $2,000 on bulk items in a year, which I can easily do, and if I spend that much, it actually really does completely fill up my bulk storage for one whole year. That's only $166 a month. So when you break it down like that, you can see that it's actually very affordable to buy bulk, especially for more expensive items like the Redmond salt, the popcorn, the honey, things like that. You just say, I've such a the rice, oh my goodness. You just have such a significant savings. But for me, it's not just about that. It's really about time. It's also for me about knowing that no matter what, I can always throw together some meals for my family or bake something really quick. Because I also do another kind of storing, which makes it possible for me to do that. You know, I keep meat in the freezer. I keep a garden going. I have garden goods all, 12 months of the year that I can pull from. But this is a really great first step. If you don't have a big freezer for meat, if you don't have a big garden going, buy bulk. Because you can also buy produce from Azure in bulk. I actually would like to place like a winter squash order because I didn't grow that much winter squash, and probably I want to get 50 pounds of carrots because I don't know that my fall carrots are going to do well because the deer got into them. So all that to say is I hope that you are as amazed by this as I was when I was doing the numbers, and you will be inspired to fill up a bulk pantry. I can do other videos in the future about how I store all this, where I store all this, and ideas for people who maybe don't have as much space as I do for storing all this. Because if you recall, I used to live in a camper, and although I had a barn, I didn't keep my food in that barn. I kept it in the camper. Yes, I kept a year's of bulk food in my camper. So I know how to do it in a small space, and I know how to do it in a large space. And I would love to share that with you in a future video. Well, let me know if you have any questions below. I linked to my Azure code below here that if you shop through, it will bless my family. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video.